The thing about Vermont is that I love so much, and especially our town. My heart just, I love it. One of the things that I loved was the freedom of this place. The mail would come through by horse. If the water was real high, they'd come on horseback, and they had the mail in a leather bag, and they'd hold it up while they were riding the horse on the sandbar. Later on, the mail would come on the mail train. I spent most of my time at the church. That was our entertainment. I was always involved in the church from the time I was very little. This has been my life, other than 4 years in Long Island. And we decided that we would move back to Vermont because there hadn't been any murders. This sounds funny, but in Long Island at that time, there were a lot of murder. And we wanted to bring our children up in a safe environment.
My name is Malcolm Allen. I was born in that room right there. I've been here 89 years, and I went to school here in South Hill through the sophomore year in high school. They closed the high school part of it down in 1945, and I finished up at Burlington High.
Do you know much about the Hickory Barber castles?
You pick up all these little rocks on the beach and stuff and did a whole mess of them. Then in his spare time in the wintertime, he'd build these castles. Not sure, I almost think he came from Switzerland. And a lot of detail in them.
What do you think of the birdhouses? All the colorful birdhouses.
Oh, Jay Purvis's birdhouses. He's quite a character. Guess he just doesn't like all the mosquitoes with that swamp there.
The dinosaurs I was going to ask about.
Yeah, they're just for fun. People would come by with their children and they'd put their child up there to take a picture. They're a conversation piece with the kids in the area. The kids love them. We inherited a swamp with billions of mosquitoes. My neighbor in the back and I decided that we were going to start fighting the mosquitoes. We started out, we put 20 boxes up. First year, every single box had a nest in it. Second year, we doubled it. One of the wives suggested, well, if you're going to keep putting these things out here, why don't you paint them? So all of them basically have red roofs, and they're the colors of jelly beans. All of them were used again. We doubled it again. Tree swallows are a migratory bird. There's a whole bunch of them that come in, and there'll be like 10 or 12 birds fighting for one house, not realizing there's 700 others. Probably 7 or 8 years before we really noticed that there was a reduction in the mosquito population. Today, 20-something odd years later, no mosquitoes. The mosquito problem has been taken care of. It's amazing. It really is amazing.